Really good, really well run, I thought. All the stuff that they've put into it in the day has been excellent, and I think I'll be able to take a lot away and go back to my organisation and say, I've done this, this and this. Hopefully we can get bits and pieces into all of our workshops.
You must have noticed there's always much more water in it than there is in me, and that I've always lost a bit of water on the way, that I've got a crack, that I'm flawed and I'm leaking. That's what I mean, why am I still here? Well, where else would you be? Well, why don't you use me for keeping rice, or lentils, or break me and get another pot?
Really, really interesting. It's really good. The first one, when it opened it up, it was really nice. Really good.
And I hope you're going to have as much fun today as I'm going to have, and that there will be some really good outcomes and outputs. You're very welcome, and I look forward to meeting some of you during the day.
I thought they were all really good, yeah, all really helpful. Lots of information in there for such a short amount of time. Obviously, I only had a certain amount of time to tell us, but all very engaging, and I was, really interested.
What I'd like you to do now, though, is talk to your neighbour, not your neighbour at home, neighbour here, about how perhaps where you can use the Inclusion Toolkit in your work. So if you're a practitioner, you might use it in your setting. If you're a development worker, you might use it to promote inclusion. But just have a chat with your neighbour about your current job and how you might see you using your Inclusion Toolkit.
It was very informative. It was good to see so many different people here rather than just all the normal faces.
And as all good cowboys and Indians did, he then went which left him one hand to operate the wheelchair. So the rain dance started off in a circle and continued in a circle. And I observed watching this entirety of this natural, inclusive play happening, where a rain dance was being led by Ben, who had never played in the rain before.
I'm a child psychotherapist and family practitioner, but it was everything that was said was very much in accord with the principles I hold dear.
It doesn't just say, respond if something nasty happens. It says celebrate, it says be proactive, it says go out there and present and create an environment which is affirmative for LGBT people and recognises their existence by actually reflecting people's existence. And I think that's really important.
I think it's been an excellent conference, and I think we needed a week. Preferably a residential, so that we'd all have the opportunity to play and discover ourselves. So I think it's been an excellent conference, and I'm really pleased that we've been able to have this kind of event here in Essex.
All the different meanings you can think of, and you can write down what you think it means.
Right, then you use your paper with the rubbish flat.
No, you draw your paper. No, I'll get you the paper.
To think a bit more about how inclusive I am, but rather than just on the surface level, a bit more of the deeper stuff, rather than just giving the on-pat answers.
As part of the process, we ran creative workshops which used drama, visual arts, things like Tableau, and basically exploring what they thought about inclusion and what their perceptions were.
And it was very, very refreshing to hear everybody making as much as they did of play, which is the essence of childhood.
And we've tried to design that part of the DVD to make it usable in staff meetings, for trainers to use it as an introduction guide, for you to use it with your peers, or for you to sit at home on a Saturday night with some popcorn and get really into inclusion.
So it's me and it's you. So this will not just be about me talking at you like I did this morning, but it will be about us sharing together, okay, our experiences of being inclusive practitioners.
The workshops were brilliant, really informative with everything, and I felt like I could join in. They were all really relaxed and everybody was really nice. I know I can use it in the setting as well, which is nice to be able to take stuff away to put it into what we do every day anyway.
BSL, they have their own grammar structure. But we have our own, for example, can you think of another language? Does anyone think of another language here? Anyone learned another language? Any French or German? Anyone here? Put your hands up.
One of the schools I work in actually has a deaf unit, so for me to be able to go back and say I've done a little bit of work, I know a little bit more about it, is really good as well. So hopefully that I should have bit of extra knowledge, which would be good.
Trying hard to avoid the cliches, but everything worth saying's been said these days. I'm ironic and yet I'm so on it. So if you want to test me, let me hear your phonics. I'm not a battle MC. I'm a community defender. Young, black and gay. You best remember.
Working with children and young people, I use the arts all the time to facilitate their involvement in decision making and to support them to explore their world. So I think that what today has provided all the participants is with a glimpse of tools, of creative tools that you can actually use to engage.
I believe we can all strive to be truly inclusive, and I think one way in which to do that is to really develop a sense of empathy, you know, to be empathic and to be able to understand what it's like to be another person.
Inspiring, exhilarating, extraordinary.
Apparently, I might have to stand up at the back. People don't realise play is a serious work. Good morning. This is the job, and Giles is on it. Up and down, filling and refilling the system with story.
My overall impression is it's a very, very worthwhile cause and good for Maplin for doing it.